These are the general size of the clovers where the quail have not been. This is the general size where the quail have been. Now, some are a bit smaller. One is really, really large. But that's the kind of just the general size of, you know, it's the difference is amazing. Just the difference of how much bigger it is, you know, when the quail are here versus not. They're all just regular Dutch clovers. Quail have an immense ability to heal the land and bring rapid growth to the land. You'll notice there's some barren spots, and that's because I have had to treat this. They grow everything, including invasive weeds, a little too well, and the invasive weeds would have taken over. They would have taken over this entire enclosure. I would have had nothing left but invasive weeds, and so I had to do something. So any spot you see that's barren like that, you know, especially that corner over there, pretty barren, it's because I had to do some treatment on invasive weeds. But you can see all the places that I did not touch, you know, are quite, you know, bountiful. And unfortunately, one of those invasive weeds is still stubborn, and it every once in a while they're still, I'm still battling them. But yeah, quail's got a really unique, a very unique ability to heal and mend the land. I've not seen anything like it, especially how quickly, you know, that rapidly. Long time ago, even past indigenous cultures and into other cultures, people were using quail eggs as ways to treat serious illnesses, bacterial infections, viral infections, chronic illnesses. And it was said that the quail eggs would, you know, help them not only heal, but basically like a rejuvenation process that would occur. You know, and they are. It's a rejuvenation is a lot of their totemic magic, most definitely. They are really in terms of healing and growth. I think the healing aspect is about the same as the buzzard slash hawk slash firebird. They're called a lot of different things depending on where you live. But the growth, I've never seen anything, especially in the avian totems, that would match quail into how much growth magic they have and rejuvenation magic they have. This particular species, Coturnix quail, is a forest quail. It's a quail that stays in the forest. And in the wild, quail tend to actually be nomadic, and so what they'll do is they'll just kind of be drawn to an area by happenstance. They've got actually a lot of happenstance magic, right place, right time, you know, type of thing, and they will stay there until the land is mended, and then they will migrate to a new land or a new section of the forest to mend a different section of the forest. Their wisdom really is almost like, quote, accidental in paganism. There is no accidents, but their wisdom is very much instinctive and accidental. So basically it's said that if Quail Totem is calling upon you, it'll be when you least expect it, and it'll be kind of through happenstance, on accident usually, that you will find or cross paths with the Quail Totem. Quail have been highly respected, and even in some cultures gone as far as to be worshipped because of their totemic magic and meaning. They are healers and they are cleansers. They are creatures of peace, tranquility. So they're not protectors or warriors. And the wild versions, some of them do actually have the wild patterning. It's a dark kind of banded, barred patterning. In the wild, that's the pattern they would have, that dark brown barred. And in the wild, next to, leaves and sticks, they look just like the leaves and sticks. You cannot tell them apart inches from your face. You don't know they're there until they move. It's part of their magic, kind of like the fox. Part of the magic is they don't reveal themselves to you ever unless they want to, unless they want you to find them. And if you're not worthy of their presence, you will never find them. That harmony and coexistence really stretches on to other species as well. So we actually have them in with several different species of birds because they're so docile, and really they do seem to kind of just accept everyone and everything. Now, the ones that have been domesticated have been inbred, and unfortunately sometimes you'll get some that hatch out that just are hell-bent on defying their totemic meaning and being bullies, but you don't find that at all in the ones in the wild. Quail are kind of interesting as far as the individual goes. Light and dark energy, by that I mean day, night, sun, moon. I don't ever mean good or bad, that's never what I mean. Some totems you can pinpoint as a light energy totem, it's a dark energy totem. Well, quail, it depends on the individual because they're usually either a mixture of both or mostly light energy, but you never really know. It kind of goes on the individual. I'd say the majority, like I said, are light or a mixture of light and dark, and that's kind of yin-yang within their own selves. That unique yin-yang aspect of their own soul probably helps them with the harmony of so many other creatures, and why they're kind of known for that tranquility. So to wrap up, in general, quail are in essence a creature of immense healing and rejuvenation, tranquility, cleansing, harmony and growth. It is getting dusk, so I do apologise. A lot of my videos, I've done it right around the time it gets dusk. I don't have the best footage of them, but I wanted to use them for video because they are quail. Even if it's a domestic quail, that doesn't matter. They still have the totemic magic there. There is an example of the of the camouflage a little bit. If she was not sitting on dirt and instead was sitting in the forest twigs, she would look just like a bunch of twigs and leaves. You would not be able to tell the difference. Even now you can barely see her till she moves. Quail came to me on happenstance, but at the time that I really needed it most. And I can tell you right now, you don't need eggs or anything. Just the presence of the quail teach you and bring you a lot of their magic and wisdom, just like anything else. Just being in the same vicinity. You don't have to take anything. It's almost like their energy, their peace, unfortunately has attracted a lot of ill-intended individuals that take advantage of them. Very evil individuals that will either be greedy and steal all their eggs, if in the wild, or if domestic, will give them horrid conditions to live in and raise them only for meat and profit, using the life of the bird in horrid satanic rituals and things. It's horrible. Unfortunately, they're kind of like doves. Doves have gone through a similar wrath. And so as I talk about the totem, I want to remind you that if you do anything like that to an innocent, no matter what it is, wrath always comes to you in the end. You always get threefold. Any magic that is forcibly taken and not freely offered, especially when you're talking about taking what it needs to survive, is wrong. It goes against the laws of the universe, and the consequences will be the exact reverse, the exact opposite of what you were trying to achieve. Instead of mending, you'll grow weak and frail, you'll be pained, you'll have immense pain. Everything you wanted, you'll get the exact opposite. Had you come with this with ill intent, just like any other totem. Just because it's got immense magic doesn't mean that magic cannot work against you in the opposite way. It most definitely can.